beautiful. She says yes, sirree. Ain't that marvelous? My baby loves me. Ain't that marvelous? Oh, what an affair. Ain't that wonderful? What kisses we share. I feel glorious, so happy it hurts. Oh, ain't it marvelous? It's really the nurse. It came without a warning, right out of the sky. I pinch myself each morning, oh gee, I'm a lucky guy. Things look beautiful, it's just heavenly. Say, ain't that marvelous? My baby loves me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ruler Rivals World Championship 2023. Today, we got a Group E match of Ducker versus aphrodyqe, a battle between the two players still fighting for the top four, as am I, but so are these two. First, we're heading into Berlin, chosen by Ducker, then moving into Miami, chosen by aphrodyqe, and our third map, the RNG map, will be Chongqing, if I remember correctly. So, very nice map pools. Very nice map pool for this match, and will be very exciting. Ducker, obviously, with those insane stats for Berlin. 22 plays, 19 wins, and 3 losses only is a tough one to go against. But sure, still can be beatable even in Berlin. And aphrodyqe, 3 plays so far in Berlin, 1 win, 2 losses. Not too shabby for their first tournament either. But yeah, just based on experience, Ducker will be the probably the favorite for this map in the very least. But in about a minute, we'll get started with this matchup. See what kind of spin we get. Will it be easier or harder? We'll have to find out when that spin arrives. Now, map record is a 554 from Nezuko set in this tournament, so still a nice time. However, is very much beatable with the right spin and good execution. So maybe we'll see a new record this time. I say that every time, but one of these days it's bound to happen. But 30 seconds. We'll finally get this matchup underway. So a little bit of background for the group itself. Currently, Ducker 4th place on 14 points from 5 games. Sorry, well, 4 games if you don't count the elimination or the one disqualify from our group, and aphrodyqe on 7 points on 6th place. So still in the running for the top 4, however, need good results for this match. And our first spin is here. Agent 1, Battle Axe as Florida Man. Agent 2, Drowning as Biker. Agent 3, Combat Knife as Technician. Agent 4, Fall as Club Crew. And Agent 5, Hobby Knife as Club Security. So nothing crazy in terms of the spin. No target KOs, no nothing. Only that Combat Knife being a little bit of a nuisance. You pretty much want to bring that in no matter what, unless you for some reason decide to make the jog into the woods for it, but no one will do that. But not gonna be another one of these suit Florida Man dealer spins, and in the very least, so that's exciting. You see, Ducker, I believe, went for the Club Crew start here, whereas Afro is opting for Biker, so there's already a little variation there. Ducker going for the Seeker on Swan. Now, I didn't see if that actually hit or not, but they'll go for the Smuggle. And it looks like it has hit, so good there for Ducker. Swan gonna be heading into those bathrooms early on. Now, obviously, he won't be the one used for something like fall. He's gonna be likely for the drowning here for Ducker, as he's already freezing into the biker hangout. Biker garage gonna isolate Lowenthal on his way. On his way to the free biker disguise, or maybe just grab one of these guys. So Aphro has got the battle axe. Ducker making his way to Swan. And he's gonna be getting the drown if Swan's still there for a couple more seconds. Aphro has made Lowenthal sick, so we'll have the first kill for her very shortly as well. There is Swan dead for Ducker and aphrodyqe initiating the drown onto Lowenthal at almost the same time. So one kill down for both of these guys. However, Ducker has that one agent isolation advantage so far. Now has the is back into the club crew disguise. And is instead maybe gonna head, nope, still going back to the biker hangout. Remembers the hobby knife here. Aphro also grabbed the hobby knife on the way. So Aphro now looking to maybe get Thems here isolated. Gonna separate these two club security guys here with some throw distract. And Ducker, on the other hand, is headed upstairs to the roof where Green is. So he's gonna have that isolation down in a bit. But Aphro getting a little unfortunate there with the KOs on the bike or the club security dudes. So that's a restart for her, unfortunately. However, Ducker, on the other hand, is now gonna get the fall kill as well, and has triple shot banner upstairs for that technician disguise as well. So that's a third kill basically set up for Ducker as well. After now once again going for the medic onto Lowenthal. This time also opts to do a bit more setup. However, Thems has already escaped a little further than you'd maybe like. But Ducker is gonna get the third kill onto Banner there as I speak. So only needs the battle axe and the, or has he, did he actually do the hobby knife kill there? Okay, well, I would have thought the other way around, but however, regardless of that, he's gonna get the fourth kill there now onto, there's the combat knife that I thought he was gonna get onto Banner, but regardless, it works out. Ducker now with 4 minutes in game time has gotten all but the Florida Man kill, and now only needs to actually get Florida Man and someone downstairs, or it's based on the timing, it's likely gonna be Montgomery, unless he can make it to the security room fast enough to where he can actually catch up to Chamberlain. But we'll have to see what Ducker decides to go for. Aphro once again is trying to separate these club security guys, but has just opted to let it be for the time being and goes on the roof instead to go for Green next by the looks of it. Now, Florida Man is still chilling out downstairs. Ducker gonna drop the emetic device for him, and now he's gonna have Florida Man isolated in just a little bit as well. And yeah, Chamberlain there will take a little while longer than you'd maybe like to get downstairs or get in back into the security room. However, Monty should be on his way if he wants to go for that. Now, Ducker is making his way to the security room. Afro has gotten the fall kill onto Green as I speak. Is now made her way down back to the bar area. And as I thought, Ducker will in fact go for the Monty kill. However, just needs to dispose of his guard first. Shouldn't be an issue, just get the KO and get the battle axe kill quick enough. But I don't think anyone heard anything, and Ducker is in fact good. Just needs to make his way to the exit now, and that will be Ducker with a nice first try Berlin. Gonna be taking Berlin after even getting spotted in the end, but very nice Berlin there for Ducker, getting his 20th Berlin win. So very well done from Ducker. Gets the first 2 points of this matchup. Now, next up, as I said, we will have Miami chosen by Afro. So a second chance to get the Florida man, as pointed out in chat already as well. Would be kind of funny to see something like a Sierra Florida man kill now, but we will have to see what kind of spin I believe Brody will cook for us. So in about 2 minutes, we'll have our second map underway. Afro once again with a 1-2-0 win record here, whereas Ducker again with a very crazy stat line of 17 wins and 3 losses. So once again, experience clearly on the side of Ducker, but you can expect that from a six-time RR champion. So we hopefully get something interesting. Brody saying he had maybe a Florida man spin, but then would seem rigged, so he has in fact not given us a Florida man spin, which is slightly unfortunate. Now Afro has, wow, I've never seen someone do that before. So Afro has just thrown their banana into the racetrack. I've never seen that happen before. That is very funny, but yeah, I suppose that's the thing. But well done, I guess, for Afro. I've never seen that before, but anyways, 40 seconds and we'll have a map 2 underway. And we'll find out who takes the next 2 points at offer here for this map. And map record a 4:42 from Scruffy. A really nice time for a Berlin, or a Berlin. What am I saying? Miami. But still maybe beatable, although that is kind of what you expect from a Miami these days. But the spin is here. We have Sierra Knox Cleaver in the suit and no target pacification, and Robert Knox Silence SMG as kitchen staff. So now you are forced a suit start. However, you have the kill onto Sierra as the suit, which is kind of an awkward one. So you have to start at basically the other side of the map for Sierra, and then you have to get the kill from, or have to get the kill for Sierra, and then go for the kitchen staff. And Robert is probably what I would do, but we'll see if that is the case for these two here. Now, obviously, you can probably grab the cleaver either from the food stands at the on the way to the actual pit building, or then there is also one in the kitchen where the kitchen staff are, so you can grab one of either there. Afro has already started, and Ducker also has now started, both opting for the default start and gonna be making their way to the Kronstadt pit building. Now Ducker goes through the security hut or security room here, whereas Afro just hopped the fence and will grab that baton on the way. Afro now has a little bit of a lead, but also started before Ducker did, so basically the same thing so far, except Afro will go for the sugar at the Kronstadt paddock, and Ducker instead will head down into the pit building locker room, get his smuggle SMG, and still will have to get the sugar. Ducker, though, is gonna go for the kitchen staff and probably the sugar and the cleaver here. As you can see, there are both right there. He could go for the kitchen staff right now, but chooses to instead just leave with his cleaver and sugar. Afro has now made his has now made the sugar lure started for her, a little ahead of Ducker there, both in terms of in-game time and the actual spin. Ducker gonna also now head towards the Kronstadt. Head towards the Kronstadt pit, gonna get the mechanic and then start the sugar lure as well. Now Afro, I don't think, grabbed a cleaver on the way here at all, so I don't know. This is gonna be sketchy. And Reaper, there is one in the food stands, but okay, they did, so I've missed that, but good for Afro. Afro gonna get her first kill right now. There it is. Smacks Sierra at the top of her head, and first kill there clean for Afro. Meanwhile, Ducker has now initiated the sugar lure as well, and just needs to head upstairs for the kitchen staff. Now is also gonna grab her smuggle from the pit building locker room like Ducker did, but Afro looking very comfortable for now. This can also be a little tricky, this grab here, but if you have something like a snail, then your life is super easy, as she does. Just needs to be careful that she doesn't knock anyone out with the snail. And there you go, successfully hits both the waiter and the kitchen staff, and she's very, very good there. As Ducker also has his first kill now onto Sierra as well, just needs to go for the kitchen staff next as well. As a little bit of an indecisiveness there as to where he wants to go up. Doesn't want to get clipped by the cameras, but if you're going up to Robert, you're likely going to do laptop anyways, then you just have to take that one extra shot for the camera box, which can be a little sketchy, but at least Afro seeming confident that it will not. But Ducker has made his way up to the kitchen now. The safer way with no cameras has sabotage the stove, which is a okay, fair enough. And we'll go for a trank from the did the waiter ate the dart? Maybe? I'm not sure what happened there, but it looked like the waiter may have eaten the dart. He's just gonna go for the trank on the kitchen staff and a normal KO anyway, so. Also has the kitchen staff now, as well as Afro has already made her way up to the laptop. Gonna go for this, cam box shot. Or then just maybe try and clean out the security room, which looks like she's going for even extra safety there, which is obviously not a bad thing. So now she has basically a free path to exit and even gets back into the storage room part here just before Robert. Robert is gonna he's gonna spot her, but it's all good. It's only him seeing. He didn't get to alert anyone, and now Afro has a free path, just needs to pop the cameras as she does, and there's that. So Afro will take the lead, at least in terms of photo finish. He has a SMG, he just dropped it, or a crowbar, either one works. But that will be Afro exiting first in the very least at 7 minutes exactly. So now the photo finish timer is now on for Ducker. If he can't finish in time, he's still gonna take a bit. Also gonna go for these security room KOs, and Robert still gonna take some time. So I think Ducker unfortunately may even be just that little bit too slow here for the photo finish, because Robert only now making his way back to the satellite room. And there it is officially. Afro will take her own map pick, and photo finish is in fact gone. So we move on to the last map from a tie 2-2 situation. Very, very nice for the group itself and for the matchup overall. Very nice to see a close matchup here. And there, Ducker will eventually finish as well, but just that little bit too slow. And yeah, I would have probably gone for the cleaver in the food stands there as well, like Afro did, but yeah, that little bit of a pathing difference going into Sierra really is what seemed like won Afro the Miami there. But for our last map for now, we will be heading into Chongqing as our RNG decider in about 2 minutes. And this is what I think is like maybe tied for the least played map for Ducker, funnily enough. You can see only 6 plays from Ducker, 3 wins and 3 losses, whereas Afro has only 1 loss as for now. But yes, coming from Berlin, you had those 22 plays before this map, and then the Miami, you had 20 plays before that last map. Now to only 6 plays is a very, very stark difference. But we'll see how it goes for both of these players here. Obviously, still, you should expect Ducker to be very, very well aware of what he's doing, hopefully. But obviously, you still want to take every point you can get. So in about a minute, we'll have this final map started. Current map record is a 310 from Joker, set in the RR10 tournament, which is a fast time for a chunking, but still with the proper spin, as with pretty much anything, can be a little bit faster. But Will it be this one? Who knows? Maybe not, maybe yes. We'll have to find out. Yeah. In about 20 seconds, we will finally see what is gonna happen with the chunking here. Get this final map underway. No Imogen drowning, please. Watch. But spin is here. We have Hush, Explosion Accident as the board member, and Imogen Royce full as facility guard. So, a fairly straightforward spin, this one. Very, very straightforward. You don't even have to start board member, or you don't even have to necessarily start as the dumpling cook. You don't can opt to set up the hush kill for a remote, and then get board member last for an exit kill. But the Imogen one is a fairly fast one, in my opinion. It shouldn't be too hard either. But yeah, I would probably start block here, as Dane and Observer are saying as well. But Afro at least going for the board member first, and I want to say Ducker did the same, but I'm not 100% on that. And yes, they did. So in fact, we'll go just for the safe option here, getting the board member first. Just need to be careful with that lady. Lady not seeing you come out. Now Afro has gotten the board member. Ducker same now as well. Gets out in time before the door. And we'll see. So Ducker opting to go through the roof here from the ladder, whereas Afro will head first next to the satellite and up that way. So I'm kind of curious as to now, is there a stark difference in time here? Because obviously you can... Both of these ways up are just as viable, but neither really, from what I know, faster than the other. But Afro there taking the shot on the camera out in the open will actually get spotted by the researcher staring out the window. And that's a restart for her, unfortunately. So now Ducker going up the staircase to the block has a bit of a lead. Now, Afro has once again gone the board member. Ducker making his way into the block right now. And Ducker has the duck with him for a remote detonation, which is probably what I would have done, and then grabbed the board member later, but chooses to go this way. Also KOs these two block guards here. Afro now has made her way back up to the roof. Ducker will even change to the block guard to make this kill onto Hush a little easier. However, it's already 2 minutes in, so Hush won't be upstairs anymore at this point, from what I can remember. Should be on his way down in the very least, but Ducker is actually on the wrong floor here for the propane. He's one level too low, so he's gonna have to go backtrack a little bit. Whereas Afro has gotten actually caught by Hush there, so, and doesn't trust that the information there will only stay with Hush, so that's another restart for her, unfortunately. Ducker, on the meanwhile, has gotten the propane and will be making his way back up. Hush is just about leaving the top floor, so now Ducker will get a throw on the propane. Gonna have Hush investigate, so he's gonna do a peekaboo. Oh, he even gets a gun flash, but so I think the idea there was that he wanted to throw the propane and then have it a little closer to Hush there, so he could gun flash Mogwai maybe and have him keep his distance a little bit. But that's not unfortunately gonna work for Ducker, and that's a restart for him. Now Afro making her way back up as the board member. Ducker also getting the board member here. Right there, gets the KO off, no issues there. Just has to be a little careful that the lady won't see the board member KO'd. Afro now is making her way through the block to the satellite roof again. Has shot the camera successfully this time without any issues. The Ducker is gonna make his way through the staircase again, which I think is a interesting option. Now Afro is gonna also get the propane up in the meanwhile, which I think is a very good idea. So that's makes sense as to why Afro chooses to path that way. And Afro will now KO this deprivation room out, then maybe go for a Hush peekaboo here to get him back into this little office area, which is exactly what she will do. So now she just has to be a little careful about Mogwai and this other researcher. Hush is still gonna keep spotting here. He's gonna get caught by Hush again, so now Afro will eventually change the plan into the block start, like we kind of discussed could be the way to go for this. Now, will it be the same way as we imagined? Likely the answer will be yes, but we'll have to wait and see. So Afro may be going for the Hush isolation here first, which is from a safety perspective a good choice. And there gets the KO onto Mogwai. I just has to get the shot off. Gets the shot off successfully. Hush hasn't seen Mogwai either, and there is the KO. Now Afro will even drag him a little bit. Gonna KO this deprivation room. Extra safety, never hurts. And now all she needs is to set up the propane. In the meanwhile, though, Ducker has succeeded in his attempt of the propane explosion, so he has now gotten the Hush kill down successfully. Green as well. Just needs to make his way down to the facility now. Get a facility guard disguise and then dump Imogen over whatever kills. Now he has shot drones, so Imogen will be making her way up momentarily. Didn't quite catch where exactly, but it looks like she's already very, very far up. Like just about underneath Ducker there. So he's gonna be in yeah, that's a little awkward now for a little awkward spot for Ducker now. So gonna have to see what Ducker decides to do here. I'm sure he has some kind of a plan, but we'll have to find out whenever Imogen actually walks up. Now, I think what Ducker is gonna do now is just gonna drag her out into the what is it? The staircase leading up to the roof for Hush, and yeah, they get the ball there. But Afro, on the other hand, missed the throw KO on the facility security outside, and trying to retrieve out of sight will just get caught trespassing instead. So now Ducker with a huge lead here. Now, just the one place he has to be a little careful. Imogen doesn't panic and see anyone. Now, has gotten the disguise, has got Imogen in the drag successfully, but those civilians are in a little bit of a bad spot for now. However, no risk there in the end, luckily enough, so he should be able to just get her up these stairs. Even gonna take extra precautions getting this KO'd body of the facility guard security out the way. Like I say, safety never hurts, especially in this kind of situation. Now, has gotten Imogen up the stairs successfully, now just needs to find a dump spot. That's not gonna kill just yet. But up here will be an elimination prompt. And there is Ducker now with the second kill, and that will be likely Ducker now enough to take the second map for this match for himself and get the win 4-2. Afro there has gone Hush set up, but unfortunately it looks like too little too late for now. Gonna give him a little bit of time, but there it is now. Admin confirmation will be Ducker in fact winning Chongqing. So that is it for this matchup. Ducker will be winning this 4-2 by taking Berlin and Chongqing. Very nice try there from aphrodyqe, especially in Chongqing, but unfortunately with those couple rips, Ducker playing safer. Not enough, but GG's for both of these players here. Now, what did this mean for the bracket? This is the second match for Ducker for today. This is Group E. Now, okay, interesting enough. 4 players already advancing where I still have games. I can advance, but whatever. But Ducker will move on to 18 points if this statistic is to be believed, at least from the point standpoint. I'm not sure about the advanced part just yet, but we will find out likely tomorrow if I will even have a chance. But that will be Ducker's 6th game now. And yeah, we'll be tied with Randy on 18 points. And unfortunately, Afro now officially out the running for the top spot by the looks of it. So even with me still in, Afro, not enough points there to make up the gap anymore. So yeah, I can say for sure that Mika and Quatility are confirmed, but the other 3 here, Ducker, Randy, and myself, will still have to battle it out for the last 2 spots. So although this says to advance, this can still change. So keep that in mind. Anyways, for upcoming matches, we were supposed to have one in an hour. However, that has unfortunately been rescheduled for later. So we will have one instead in an hour and a half, which will be... Oh, wait, no, actually, in 2 hours and a half. So I don't want to lie there. So we will have Mr. Mike versus Red Fox at midnight CET, which is 2.5 hours from now, not 1.5 hour. Then 3 hours from that, Jotes versus Doc Louie. And then a nice 12-hour break from that matchup, we have myself versus Leo Perk. Starting off the evening of matchups for Wednesday. Continuing with 6 p.m. CET, Volka versus Rocky. 7 p.m. CET, Sephiroth versus Timecube. 9 p.m. CET, Currymaker versus I Like Hitman. And 10 p.m. CET, Infravant versus Hashashin. So still a lot of nice matchups yet to be played. Be sure to tune in to all of these to watch all the action live. Everything to play for. So will be interesting for sure. Now, that will be it from my part. There is no current other matchup going on. So I will thank you everyone for watching. I hope to see you all in future casts or in other matches. And have a great evening, everybody. Or your evening or day or whatever time it is for you. And thank you for watching once again. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.